Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 states that under certain conditions, unauthorized use of copyrighted material is allowed as fair use. This applies to purposes like criticism, commentary, teaching, news reporting, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted under the copyright statute, which would otherwise be considered infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and let's get into today's video. Welcome back to Tiamat's Evolution, brought to you by your girl, Michelle, the Chocolate Siren. This video is for the ladies. Now, this is why I say that the 4B movement is spiritual. Everything that you see women doing today is a part of Tiamat's evolution. This is about the 5-dimensional energy of Tiamat returning to earth. This is why you see women not wanting to date. This is why you see women quick to get divorces. And this next story I personally find hilarious, and it is a direct reflection of the spiritual movement that is happening with women on this earth. It's taking men by surprise. It's taking pick-me's by surprise, and they just can't handle it. So I won't say much. I will go ahead and just let you guys watch the clips, and then I will have more to say on the back end. We'll look at these comments and more.
My wife is very irresponsible, and I regret marrying her for these things she did to me.
Don't be emotional. Don't be emotional. Do you need 2 minutes counsel?
She left 5 children with me and went to Nigeria because I asked for a divorce. This is someone I brought to the UK and paid for her masters. Some weeks ago, I sat her down like a man in our house. And I told her that I wanted a divorce, that I had made up my mind and we're moving out that week. I made arrangements for money for the children. She didn't say anything. She said, okay, not a problem. She just nodded and said she understood. I thought it would be a conversation, or maybe she would say something, but it wasn't like that at all. She didn't even beg. Without a single word, she packed her things the next morning, grabbed her phone and texted me, I'm going to Nigeria and I'm leaving the kids with you. We have 5 children together. She now carried all their passports, so I can't travel with them to Nigeria. How do you leave 5 children with me? For what?
I want to live soft life, no stress.
The calls I made to her family did not even mean anything. Only her mother picked my call. Her family are as useless like her.
God have mercy upon us.
Now I have to apply for new passports for our children. I swear she won't even see the children again. I married a thief, a very wicked soul. She stole £3,000 from my account using my email to authorize it. The first few days were overwhelming for me. I started to have temperature like I'm falling sick. It was like I didn't exist outside of being their father. I can't even watch football or go out. I could barely find a moment for myself. And it's like my wife told them to frustrate me with tantrums, late night feedings, and constant mess.
How? How are you telling me this?
In the midst of it all, my sister had to step in. She started coming over to help me, picking up the slack when I was drowning. I don't know what I would have done without her. It wasn't fair to her either to be pulled into this wahala, but she did it without question. My wife's phone is off, and I wonder what she's doing. She even dyed her hair gold. Now it's been 16 days since she left. 16 days of taking care of these kids sent to finish me. 16 days of wondering how could she live without a second thought. Which woman does that? I still haven't heard from her, and it's like she never loved me or even cared about our children.
My brother, I thought love was real. My brother, fuck love, fuck love.
Her children keep crying and asking for her. Some days I'm angry, and other days I miss my wife. Aww. Wait for this one. God is on the throne, and I have been reading Joel 2 verse 25 to 26 to restore my marriage. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Yeah. My feelings go from angry to missing her sometimes. It's like she never loved me or her children. What mother will do this? Guys, I seriously need some advice. Problem. Oh gosh. Sorry guys, please advise this guy. Hey, voila.
Okay, I told y'all this was going to be hilarious. So before we get into the comments, let's recap what he said, okay? He wanted her to beg, cry, and he wanted her basically to crash out, saying that she didn't even beg. She didn't cry. All she said was, okay, she understood. He wanted her to flip out, but she didn't. So that already had him mad. He didn't like that because she didn't beg him to stay. Then he told her he would give her petty cash for the children. That's not going to cover a nanny. That's not going to cover anything that's going to allow her to have a peace of mind at the end of the day after taking care of 5 children. And of course, she's going to have to go to work, right? Let's just be realistic here. Okay. Then he says, how do you leave 5 children with me? As if those are not his children. So that tells you right there that he had no intention of taking care of his children. And with everything that he says after this, it tells you that he did not have any active role in taking care of his children, even while his wife was there. So he was very ungrateful for his children. He was very ungrateful for what his wife provided. He was very much not active in participating in taking care of his children, because he is acting like after 2 weeks of this woman being gone, he has a fever. He has no time to himself, can't take it. He's going mad. How could she do this to him, right? He's whining and crying after this woman being gone for 16 days. That's what he said in his letter. 16 days of taking care of his children, and he has to call his sister in for reinforcements. Like, how pathetic and weak and ungrateful. Trash. And this is why I don't understand people who sit up there and try to demonize women who don't want to get married, who don't want to have children, and who don't even want to date men. They don't even talk to them, okay? Myself personally, I got sterilized and I've been celibate for almost 4 years. Okay, so he called her useless. He said her family was useless. He called her a thief because she took money out of his account to take care of herself. Now, the fact that she had to use his email to get $3,000 so that she could have money to take care of herself also tells us that he was financially abusive. Because why wasn't she able to just go down to the bank and get money? Why did she have to authorize it through your email? Because you're financially abusive. This man was not only neglectful of his children, he was neglectful of his wife's needs. He was financially abusive, and he controlled her by impregnating her 5 times. And he made sure that she couldn't use that degree that he paid for, because how is she going to go to work and she has to take care of 5 children? And so it's just so interesting how he says, how could she leave these 5 children with me? They're his children. And he's talking about how selfish she is. She's selfish because he was going to leave her with 5 children. Because in his mind, the children belong to her and she's the only one that should be taking care of them. And then he says after 16 days of taking care of these kids, it's killing him. These kids, not his children. He specifically said these kids, and taking care of these kids is killing him. What does he think that it was going to do to his now ex-wife? Kill her slowly. This is why women who are married with children die faster than single women who do not have children. And that's just a fact. This is not an assumption. This is not an opinion. This is a fact. There's research that has been done on it. Look it up for yourself.
Guys,
This story of a Nigerian man having 5 kids in the UK and brought the wife to the UK, then staying together. And after that, they have 5 beautiful kids. Staying together, the man one day just woke up and told the woman that, I'm tired of this marriage. I'm not getting the peace that I need in this marriage. And I want you to take the kids back home because I don't want this marriage again so that I can concentrate on my life. The woman said, no problem. She pretended no problem. You know what the woman did? After the man have gone to work, the woman went to their bedroom and took the man's passport, took the kid's passport, and then she went back to Nigeria, leaving the kids with the man. So the man came back, not knowing that the woman have took the passport, and one fateful day, the woman just left the home that she's coming. And the woman left. Now the man came online crying that the woman refused to pick his call, and the woman's family refused to pick his call. It was only the mother of the woman that attended to his call. Imagine, you are trying to play wise and the woman play wiser than you. Imagine. Do you know that the funniest part of this, as like, you know one thing, if the woman go with the children, the woman is going to carry the burden. Do you know what they call 5 kids only you taking good care of? It's not easy. Even if the man is sending money, but that fatherly that a man needs in his house and the children need is not going to be there. So you want the woman to take the father and take the mother, and now the woman tell you, take the mother, take the father, be in position, let me go and rest. To me, myself, I need peace of mind. I listen to this story. It was so funny, like the woman is so wise. You know, some men think that they are wiser than the woman, not knowing that the women that are just keeping quiet, not that they are fool, but they know what they are doing. That is what this woman showed to this man, that she's wiser than the man. You are trying to play the woman played you back. This is so funny. And now the man said he cannot go out, he cannot do anything because he's taking good care of 5 kids in the UK. You know what that means? He's not going to be going to work. So the man is stuck. He don't know what to do. That is it. Now the man will be the one begging the woman. Do you get it now? This life, you have to be wise. That IQ need to be there. If not, they'll go play you like football.
So there's a story going around on the internet that there was this man, he was married with 5 children. He decided that he was going to tell his wife that he didn't want to be married anymore. He wanted a divorce. So she was like, cool, bet. So she left instead. So now his mental health is being affected. He needs help with the kids because he can't handle it by himself. And all I could think is, why would you keep having children with this woman? Like, I mean, like after the 3rd one, you didn't kind of figure out what type of woman she was. I mean, he had to know, you know, what kind of woman she was before they got married, and he married her anyway and then had kids with her. I really feel like he should just pray for her, you know, pray for her to come back and pray that their family stays together. I'm sure she's a good woman deep down inside. Or he could take her for child support to make sure the kids have the best life ever, because, you know, child support payments are like, what, $36 a week? I'm sure they can get like a whole bunch of things with that. But this all comes down to him choosing better.
We need to start normalizing allowing these men cater for their kids as well. Not every time we women taking up the lead. If a man says he's tired of marriage, we'll start disturbing ourselves and be bothered. Like, you know, we women, we know we get the house, we know if we leave our kids for the man, but sometimes we need to like show these men shege. Let them train the kids on their own. So this man brought his wife to the UK and said he's tired of the marriage. He wants to leave the wife with the kids. The wife not even cuckoo argue. She said, okay, that's fine. If you want to leave me with the kids, that's fine. Since you say you are going to like take part in training them, bringing out money, like being supportive, you get. So this woman had to travel to Nigeria without telling the husband. Seizing their passport, like she traveled down to Nigeria with all their Nigerian passports, making sure that this man will not smell Nigeria, will not bring down these kids to Nigeria. Now the man is coming online to cry, saying that she's selfish. Do you think that this woman is actually selfish? Because he's been trying to call this woman, she refused to pick his calls, and he's been trying to reach any of the family members, they refused to answer this man. Do you think she was so selfish to leave their kids for the husband to like cater for? What do you guys think?
I don't know if y'all heard the story about the Nigerian woman who was married to the Nigerian man, and he woke up one day and he said, you know what, I don't want to be with you no more, I want you and the kids to leave, da-da-da-da-da. Long story short, y'all, she pulled a him on him. She went ahead and she got the kids' passports, booked her a flight, went back to Nigeria, left the kids here with him, kept the passports. He's stressed out. He's calling. She's ignoring him. He finally got in contact with a family member. There, he's like, "Where's my wife?" And he was like, "Well, she came back to Nigeria because you said you no longer wanted to be with her. So she gave you what you wanted. She left you with the kids." He's like, "No, she has to come back. She left me here with these kids. They're so hard to manage. They're ruining my life. They're disrespectful and mean. Oh, I need my wife back." She pulled a him on him. Good for you, sis. You reap what you sow, sir. I don't feel bad.
Here's a perfect example of I love women in male-dominated fields. So I just saw the video about the man who tried to leave his wife with 5 kids. Basically flew them from Nigeria, moved them to London or whatever, and then one day he's like, basically trying to break up with her. And so what does she do? She takes all her 5 little kids, they're little kids. She takes their passport and she flies herself to Nigeria. Short notice, does not tell this man. And so obviously, because she took the passport, he cannot go anywhere with the kids. And now he's claiming his mental health is declining and she never loved the family, blah, 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 blah. Isn't that what he was trying to do? Isn't that exactly what he was trying to do? He wanted to leave her with the 5 kids. But because she reversed his ass, now his mental health is declining. She never loved the family. I love women in male-dominated fields. I love this for her, period.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the man of the hour that's been doing all of the whining. This video is in his native language, so I'm not going to play it right now. I'll leave it at the end of this video after I run my credits. This is the man who was willing to leave his family, and the comments are hilarious. So Kitty says, so this man was willing to pack up and leave his wife with all 5 of the kids and proceeds to tell her, "I will try to help you financially," but is upset because she pulled him on him before he could. KK says, of course, this is how he looks. Agreed. He is fugly. Nene says, nothing like a smart woman. I agree. Very smart woman. Coco Hayes says, good. I hope she's living her best life. Lulu says, but isn't every problem in the world somehow blamed on single moms? Maybe it's time the dads finally step up. Miss Jazz laughs and says, normalize single dads. I totally agree. Alina says, why is he crying? Those are his kids. That's a really good question because I don't understand the mindset of people being pissed off when women refuse to struggle. This happened to me after I left my son's father. He was extremely upset because we had split custody. He was very pissed off that I was dating, and so was his family. His mother couldn't stand me. She couldn't stand the fact that I refused to stay married to her son. She could not stand the fact that I refused to be a married single mother. She could not stand the fact that I refused to be in a relationship with someone who was cheating on me and that I would not have more children. And that not only did I leave him, I made sure that I had free time to myself. How dare I live my own life and not be tied down with her grandbaby 24 hours a day? I'm 20 years ahead of the game. Funicello says, so he mad because she beat him to leaving first, and now he is a single dad instead of her being a single mom. Peacefully says, I'm confused. Wasn't he going to leave her to struggle with 5 kids? So this would have been acceptable for him to do? The label lover says, it's all fun and games until you put it on 2 players. Exactly. The next commenter says, ladies, this is why matching energy is important. Men speak in projection. That's when you get your tea. Everything he believes about her is him 100%. That's what you give back. Uno reverse. The next commenter says she was smart. If she knew single motherhood wasn't the right choice, let him be the single father, since he wanted it to leave her anyways. I believe that's what she said. He wanted to leave her anyways. The next commenter says, is he the one who told his wife he was leaving with 5 kids, but she left him first and took the passports with her? Yes, the goddess. That's him. This is the one that's all over the internet. This is the man of the hour with no power who set up and tried to play this woman. And this is why I'm starting my book club. I'm setting up everything. I'm synthesizing the information for the ladies, and it will be in Patreon. Some of these books cost thousands of dollars, and I'm synthesizing that information for you all so we can have it in Patreon. We'll be talking about the power of the P and just other things, spirituality, everything spiritual, because this is why I say the 4B movement is spiritual. Women are tired of men's foolishness. They're sick of dealing with the projection. They're tired of dealing with people's emotional immaturity, being stuck in situations where they have to take care of children financially, emotionally. And let's just be real. This man was not going to leave this woman alone. He was going to trap her with 5 children and then still feel like he could run her life. Just imagine him living in his penthouse suite with his new girlfriend, then him coming over on the weekends pretending to be dad, sitting on the sofa, talking about how he gives her money, telling her she can't have men around his children. Those will be the only time they're his children, when he tries to control her, needing to know where she lives because, of course, she has his children. He was going to use those children to try to control that woman's life while he went out and lived footloose and fancy free. And she dipped on his behind, as she should have. So kudos to you, sis. Bravo. And more women should take lessons. More women should be prepared. And if we learned any lessons from this woman, have your own money. Always have an exit plan. Put your passport and any other important paperwork in a safe deposit box where only you can access it, so that he can't take your paperwork. He can't get access to your money. And when you need to, you can skedaddle just like she did. So kudos to her. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think about this story. And I'll talk to you all in the next one.
Mo sì wà ní school lẹ́yìn ọmọ mẹ́rin mo padà sí iléèwé torí pé mò ń ṣòṣèlú mo ń zù káàkiri ìyìn ní kó ló bá mi gbé owó school ọmọ ẹyọ kan rí ní ọmọ 5 tó bílẹ̀ fún mi. Mo kọ́ ṣọ́ọ̀bù síwájú ilé fún mi, mo ra visa sí, mo tize everything iwájú ilé mẹ́rin, mo kọ́ ṣọ́ọ̀bù síwájú ilé tí mo kọ́. Onímọ̀ nǹkan lọ máa ń àti ọ́ìlì mò ń tà sí kékeré náà mo ti máa ń lọ ọ́zù ní mí. Ọ̀zùlà ní mí.
Níbo lẹ níyàwó yín lọ?
Ẹ̀kẹta tí ó jáde nínú ilé mi lélẹ̀. Àkọ́kọ́ yẹn mi ò mọ̀ lọ́rọ̀, ìyẹn tiẹ̀ ti pẹ́ rà bí 16 bí almost bí 15 years àkà yẹn. Bòyí tó wá bà mí lẹ́rù jù ní 2023 April 20. Mo bá délé bíi 10 torí pé olóṣèlú ni mí, àdẹ̀tọ̀ ń ṣe ọmọ bízì gan. Ọmọ bá ní àwọn ò rí ìyá àwọn látago 12. Àwọn sáré pé ń fọṣọ ń fọ gbogbo láti bí àná ìjẹta. Àwọn sáré lédè kúkúrú yẹn sọ́ọ̀tì. Mo bá kí ló dé láwọn bá gbé nọ́mbà, mo bá pe mọ̀mọ́ tó jẹ́ mọ̀mọ́ rẹ̀. Nǹkan tí mo mọ̀ gbọ́ lélẹ́yìí pé àmọ́ rí àwọn tí kódà àárọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì abiyamọ wọn ti jí dé. Bó wà ní mo ní bí mi náà ṣe rí náà, ṣé kò sí lọ́dọ̀ yín ni? No, ẹ̀kejì nìyẹn, ẹ má bínú. Èyí tó jáde tí mo sọ pé ẹ̀kejì yìí, mọ̀mọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ ló wá mọ́ wọn fúnra wọn. Wọ́n pè mí lórí fóònù pé ọ́ìlà wọn ní àwọn fẹ́ràn fẹ́ sí mítìnì àwọn sì sọ̀dọ̀ mi kò sí wàhálà tẹ̀lé àwọn fẹ́ sọ̀dọ̀ mi ní kò sí wàhálà náà bá dé máa ní àwọn ọmọ ìyàwó ló ṣe mítìnì onílé lọ́la àwọn ọlọ́mọ ilé wọ́n ti fẹ́ kó wà mí sẹ́yìn ẹlẹ́wà torí ẹ̀wà ẹ bá ti wá jọ́ kejì ọmọ lọ mo ní wọn náà ètì lọ bá wọn ó dẹ̀ lọ jọ́ kìíní ìrìnyàwó mi jọ́ kejì ìrìnyàwó mi jọ́ kẹta mo máa ń pè wọ́n ní wọ́n sàn ṣe mítìnì náà ni mo sì gbéyàwó mi kò gbé kọ́ọ̀lù ọmọ wọn ní ìgbà tó yẹn láwọn ò rí mọ́ ńlé wọn lóhun àtọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ irú lọ́rẹ́ kan táwọn létà mọ̀nà tó gbà ẹ mo ti bá wí lórí rẹ̀ tí ó sì gbọ́ wọ́n ní ẹjọ́ ní ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ tẹ̀lé wọn gbà tó wá wọ́n ní wọ́n jọ lọ àwọn bá tiẹ̀ tún ní mọ́ báwọn wọ́n mọ àwọn kí o kankan nígbà tó rí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ń bà mí tiẹ̀ pé dàpọ̀ mọ́jà mo pa àwọn ọlọ́pàá pé olóṣèlú ni wọ́n kọ́ ìsìn wọ́n ti táàgì yẹn ní nǹkan yìí wọ́n yẹn ní sùúrù pé kí wọ́n kọ́ lọ sí division lọ sí mọ́níyà lọ sí orogún ọjọ́ ní yusuf gbà yẹn so nígbà tí mo dé ọ̀dọ̀ mọ̀mọ́ wọ́n ní àwọn ọlọ́pàá bá pè wọ́n orí fóònù nígbà tí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ máa ní à ó tiẹ̀ ti lọ gbọ́ ọlọ́pàá wá ẹ fọ́ ọlọ́pàá mú ní mọ́ mi tó yẹn náà lèmi fi wá nígbà tí àwọn ọlọ́pàá pè yín torí wọn ọmọ Yorùbá tí wọ́n bí ń lére ni mí ọmọdé nǹkan mi èmi náà fi dé ọ̀rọ̀ tó ẹ̀ ń sọ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ tó lágbára ni àgbì yóò di ọ̀rọ̀ ọlọ́pàá náà ni ọlọ́pàá tó ń bọ̀ táàrú dídí ọmọ ó sì tún gbọ́ ọmọ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ tó ń pọ̀n lẹ́yìn èmi àti bọ̀dá rẹ̀ kan wọ́n pè ní bùdá wákìlì kò sí orí òkè táàdé torí orí òkè ní ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ yẹn ló ti rí ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ torí mọ́ lórí òkè káàkiri ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ ní máa wọ̀ lọ yóò mọ̀ sí bí ẹ mọ̀ àwọn tẹ́ mọ́ jíṣẹ́ oríṣiríṣi iṣẹ́ fún ọlọ́wẹ̀ẹ́ la sáti lédè kúkúrú ọlọ́wẹ̀ẹ́ la ti padà rí ìyàwó mi ń gbà náà ní August.
Odidi oṣù mélòó ni ẹ fi wá oṣù mẹ́ta
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
wọ́n bẹ̀ yín ẹ gbà padà.
wọ́n bẹ̀ mí mú gbà padà kódà ọmọ yìí ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ yìí la mú la track bàtà wà mú ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ yìí tá a fi móun náà ọmọ rẹ̀ àti gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́
ọmọ rẹ̀ wà níbí àyè má bọ̀ má.
ọmọ wọn wà níbí yìí gbogbo wọn náà ń bẹ ọmọ yìí wọn lájànú ni ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ wọn kíkájọ́ ọmọ lọ nínú sítúrúùmù wọn àti bí àti bọ̀dá rẹ̀ wákìlì òun nọ́mbà rẹ̀ wà níbí gbogbo wọn wà níbí ní ń bẹ̀ pé àjẹ̀nú ni ìsájì ọmọ ọ̀dọ́ ní ń kúnlẹ̀ fún ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ ẹjẹ́ àfàyílẹ̀ ìlọ agbófinró lówó ká na wèrè tí ẹ̀ ta ẹni tí àgbà tó ti wọnú ayé mi báyìí mo ta ilé mo ta mọ́tò gbogbo mọ́tò tí mo rà fún mọ́tò tèmi náà ń lò mọ́tò tí mo fi ń ta ọ́ìlì gbogbo nǹkan ni mo ta odidi ilé tí mò ń gbé tí mò ń sùn nìkan ni mi ò ta àgbàtọ́ wọn yẹn ti dẹ́wọ́ dénú ayé ìyàwó mi tó bí ọmọ 5 fún mi tó kó ọkọ ẹ̀ náà mo fi sọ gbogbo mọ́tò tí mo ra ọkọ ẹ̀ náà mo fi sí ó di wọ́n sá bẹ̀ mí èèyàn sá lọ sá wà nílé wọn ọmọ náà ni wọ́n bẹ̀ mí pé èṣù ni ọmọ rẹ ni ọ̀rẹ́ ni ẹ̀mú mi ló ṣèlú tó pé ọmọ yìí bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ dé bá gbogbo àwọn àgídìgbò náà wọ́n bá mi gbé gbogbo èèyàn tó mọ̀ mí pátá náà wọ́n bá mi gbé tó wọ́n bá mi post ẹ̀ pé ìyàwó ọ́ìlà ìyàwó lágbájá dédé kúkúrú àbáṣàjọ ń gbà tó wáyá tèmi àti ẹjọ́ jòkó dáadáa kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ni mo ṣe fún
ogun wo nílé ọkì tó orí òkè kí.
lóru ni ìyàwó mi sọ fún mi pé ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀hún yẹn ẹni táwọn afẹ́ báyìí rẹ̀ jẹ́ làwọn máa ń rán sí mo búra pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run tó ní mi àti ìbásùn tó wà láàrin mi àti
fóònù yín wọ́n fẹ́ gba.
so mo ní ọ̀dà kí ni ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mi mo ní mo ti máa ń lọ jù mo máa ń lọ bí ti bò tí mo ti fẹ́ yàwó lé ọ ni so gbọ́ kí mò ń fẹ́ yàwó kan ni mo ti máa ń lọ sí mò ń ṣeré lọ ni mo sì wà ní skul lẹ́yìn ọmọ mẹ́rin mo padà sí iléèwé tó rí mo wọ́n zù káàkiri ìyìn ní kó ló bá mi gbé owó skul ìsọmọ ẹyọ kan rí inú ọmọ 5 tó bílẹ̀ fún mi mo kọ́ ṣọ́ọ̀bù síwájú ilé fún mi ra visa sí advertise everything iwájú ilé mẹ́rin mo kọ́ ṣọ́ọ̀bù síwájú ilé tí mo kọ́ onímọ̀ nǹkan lọ máa ń àti ọ́ìlì mò ń tà sí kékeré náà mo ti máa ń lọ ọ́zù ní mí ọ̀zùlà ní mí mo tún wá ń sọ̀sẹ̀ mo tún lọ ìgbà yìí gan lábìrì màá sùn mọ́jú ok ọ̀dà wọ́n bínú.
títí ọba jáde ní ọmọ lóṣù kan.
èyí lọ́jọ́ 3 rí wọ́n wà lẹ́yìn lọ́jọ́ 2 rí ó ní mo sá ti mọ́ lọ́jọ́.
wọ́n á jẹ́ pé olóyún àti excuse.
àràsà eré mo tẹ̀ bílí ìgbà mo tó mọ̀ pé ìyàwó mi gan ti yàtọ̀ torí ìyàwó mi gbogbo àwọn tó mọ̀ mí mọ̀ ní èèyàn tí mo lè wò lẹ́yìn tí mo bá rí tí ì ní wẹ́yìn mọ́ n bá wẹ́yìn tí n bá rí mọ̀mọ́ rẹ̀ àbẹ́ anybody mà wẹ́yìn tí n bá rí anybody even in family mà wẹ́yìn.
ọ̀tọ̀ bá rí ìyàwó rẹ̀.
mi ní torí mo trust ẹ̀ mo ti fẹ́ sọ lọ́run kékeré lọ́run fi fàjùlọ hàn mí. ó wá dé lẹ́ẹ̀kẹta yìí ni mo bá délé lágo ní April 20 yìí tó tún jáde yìí làwọn bá ní ọmọ gbogbo àwọn ọmọ mi ló wà ní lọ́ba ní àwọn ò rí ìyá wọn láti aago 12 rẹ̀ sí fóònù lọ́wọ́ wọn. àwọn dáná tán làwọn náà ní sí káwọn bá yín gbóúnjẹ tó rọmọ 70 years ní first born mi ó mọ náà dáhùn sí gbogbo ẹ̀. mo bá pe mọ̀mọ́ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹ̀ mọ̀ ní kò sí lọ́dọ̀ àwọn mọ̀ náà jí dé ń jọ. àbọ̀ rẹ̀ ọjọ́ kìíní àná wọn ni mo ní wọ́n jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ rẹ̀ náà tó ní o ẹ pa ti kán gbogbo síìmù ẹ̀ mọ̀mọ́ gan ló tó ra fóònù mi fún wọ́n kan síìmù mi wọ́n kan ra síìmù mi fún wọ́n dàbí pé torí owó gbàgbó sí ẹ̀kan mọ́ lọ́wọ́ mi ẹ bá rí mi gẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́ sọ pé mi lè lè tún mọ́.
ẹ àtìgbà wo lẹ ti wá ń wá báyìí.
láti 2023 April 20 bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ó sì di
ó ti lé lọ́dún
kan àbọ̀ báyìí ọdún kan láti April 2023. àwa tíráàkì nọ́mbà rẹ̀ wọ́n láwọn rí lọ́nà ibì kan ọ̀nà bíi Olúyọ̀lé àwọn gangan bùrọ̀ wákìlì yìí ní lọ sanwó fáwọn tẹ́sí tíráàkà èmi sanwó fáwọn kan lọ́jọ́ ibì kan ìyẹn sọ pé àwọn ti ń rí àárò òun tíráàkì àárọ̀ rẹ̀ tíráàkì wọ́n ní wọ́n ń pera wọn gan bẹ́ẹ̀ sí ń communicate ara wọn gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ nọ́mbà ọlọ́pàá yẹn náà wà mí báyìí nọ́mbà IPO mi náà wà mí báyìí ìyẹn báwọn. bọ́n ń kankan pẹ̀lú mọ̀mọ́ ìtòrí pé mi ò rí wọn bí ìyá bí àná ìyá mi ni wọ́n torí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó lágbára náà ti pè mí sí wọ́n ti wà ọ̀rọ̀ baálẹ̀ odidi baálẹ̀ wọ́n pè mí sí ọ̀rọ̀ odidi ilé tó wọ́ọ̀tì ilẹ̀ tó wọ́ọ̀tì ní mọ́níyà tó wọ́ọ̀tì almost millions mo ti bá wọn fi ẹsẹ̀ òṣèlú 50,000 láti fi jàgbé àjáde wọ́n pè mí sí nǹkan ńláńlá pé ọmọ fámìlì wa náà ni
ẹ̀sìn máa ń yọjú
mo sì wọ́n yọjú.
kí lè wá fẹ́ sọ ń pa wọn.
ìmọ̀ tó dé àtìgbà tọ́rọ̀ yẹn ti ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí nǹkan tí wọ́n kọ́ gbẹ́lẹ́nu mọ̀mọ́ ni pé ibi táwọn dé wọ́n sọ yìí pé ọkọ rẹ̀ lọ́mọ ibi tó lọ kó dàgbà àtàjọ wá sí ìbàyí gan tẹ́ bí wọ́n nítorí wọ́n ti wá ìbàyí náà rí àjọ wà ń ta náà nìyí náà tẹ̀lé wọn wá ẹ sọ pé sọmọ yín jáde rí wọ́n ní ọ̀jáde rí wọ́n yà mí lẹ́nu ibi tí mo wà pé ọ̀jáde rí bò.
ẹ̀mí gangan mo bí wọn lọ́jọ́
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni rẹ́kọ̀dù yẹn wà wọ́n ní kò jáde rí so nǹkan tí wọ́n ń tàgì mọ́ mi lélẹ́yìn number 1 wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n kọ́ lọ mú píkṣọ̀ kan jáde wọ́n ní mo ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ fún bẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ yẹn mo fẹ́ fi lògó rẹ̀ pé mo fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ yẹn láti bíi 9 years ní ìdẹ̀sẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ pasí lẹ́yìn kí n post ẹ̀ táwọn èèyàn mi bá mi post ẹ̀ ní mídíà tó gbogbo ẹ̀ táwọn